Hi everyone, it's Dragana from Saacibo. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. I thought, what better way to end the year than by making little something that's going to be easy to do, fun to make, and it's going to be useful. You're going to use it all year round, 2024. So yeah, we're making a calendar. Only a few days left until the end of the year, and we have time to make some calendars, whether for yourself or maybe for your loved ones. I actually had a lot of fun creating these. I made this one for my husband and he loves it. I used his broken jewelry to decorate it. He had this little model of a guitar. He likes to play the guitar. I used one of the old guitar picks, and I used obviously the fabric that the colors that he might like, and yeah, he really likes it. And I included a little something to hold the pen, and these can be just ripped out once the January is over. You switch to February off. I smudged the print day a little bit. That's all right. Okay, so it's got Sunday to Saturday here, and it's got a full year, the smaller calendars for every month down the bottom. Now this is the first one I made. I decided I will probably give it to my sister-in-law. She loves these colors. I think she might really like this one. And I used lace here on top with some roses. Again, some scrapbooking paper. That's the back of it. Has a thing to hang. And of course, as the months progress, she'll just have to tear these one by one and we'll be left with the rest. And the good thing about it is once you go through it for the whole year, you might be able to just glue the next year, you know. And this is open and it's glued just on the side, so you know, if you really work hard, you can unglue it and maybe change these and use it for another year and just switch the labels on top. Let's see what we need for the project. First, you need to go to my website and go to the free download section and find the file that says 2024 calendar freebie. This is what it looks like. There's one page with the year and all of the months, but smaller. And there's 12 more pages like this for each month, a page for each month. All right, so download that, print it out and come back. In terms of materials, you will need some chipboard or some cardboard. I am using chipboard. This is, I think, from a paper pad, you know, the backing of the paper pad. And you can also use cardboard from boxes, such as this one. You can also use cardstock, perhaps. If it's not thick enough, just glue several layers together, 2 or 3, until you get the desired thickness. You need 10 by 16 and 4 by 10. When I say 4, you can go as low as 2.5 or as high as 4. If you go further than that, you won't be able to fit everything in. If you go less, you won't be able to cover the top bit. I'm gonna go with 4 on this one. Okay, then you need fabric to cover that. All right, you need to have a bit more fabric than you have the cardboard. Okay, so I have it here. So this is probably 23 to 24 inches and it's 13 to 14, so you're leaving about a little bit more than an inch and a half to cover everything. All right, and you need some scrapbooking paper, 12 by 12 scrapbooking paper to cover this side. Okay, I think these would look nice like that. Then you'll need to make this part here. So for that, you will need 2 eyelets, and you can use either wire, you can use old shoelaces, some ribbon, you know, whatever you have. You don't need a lot. It's probably about 8 inches, 8 to 10 inches long. And if you want to make a pen holder, you'll need a piece of elastic. It can even be from your old bra straps. Okay, why not? Those small pieces have to be used somewhere. And you'll need something to decorate, okay? And what you use there, it's totally up to you. I'm thinking I might use some of that. It's a few laces in those colors. Okay, I even have some of these. I don't know, maybe I'll put a few. I really want to make this one nature themed, and I've got this. I'll think about that later on, but this is just some suggestions. And also you can use some metal parts if you have. On this one I use these metal corner protectors, and I used a book plate here. All right, if you have one of those, perhaps you can attach that instead of that, and then use a piece of string and hang the pen to it. All right, we'll do that later on. Now the tools, you'll need something to set the eyelets, either this one or one of those other tools. You'll need, of course, scissors, and you need a metal ruler and a knife. You can use double-sided tape if you want. On the pink one I use double-sided tape, but on the other one I use the glue stick, white glue or Eston-based glue, glue spreader, and a little bit of masking tape that will come handy. You will also need a stapler and a cutting board. So I think I've covered everything. If I think of something else, I'll mention it during the video, but I think that's the main tools. Okay, so how do we start? First you need to cut your cardstock. Mine is already cut, so I don't have to worry about that. Like I said, it's 10 by 16 and this is 4 by 10. Okay, now I have to glue that onto that. Okay, and you can use glue stick, you can use double-sided tape, whatever is easier for you. I'm just going to go with the glue stick. This is going to be on the back, and I think glue stick is all right. You know, you can also use white glue or whatever, but we're gonna wrap over it, and it's gonna be facing the wall anyway, so it doesn't really matter if it lifts off a little bit, if you know what I mean. But this is going to be probably enough to hold it. Okay, now I take this, turn it around, and place it. So just do this. I really like this fabric because I want to make like a forest theme calendar, kind of, you know, nature, my favorite topic or theme. And obviously I'm gonna make it for myself. So I think this one looks almost like wood, and it's brown, and it's got these it's got this texture that I really like. Okay, now here you need to leave a bit of space. Okay, if you do that you won't be able to fold. If you leave only a little bit, it's not gonna be enough. But you need to leave at least enough to be able to put these, if you know what I mean. So depending on the size of your eyelet, about 1 centimeter. Another way to make sure this is correct, you can cut yourself a strip. Okay, I said 1 centimeter, didn't I? And I'll just cut. So then I know that is going to sit properly. Okay, 1 centimeter. Okay, I'm just going to put it there. Now I'm going to put the glue onto this side as well. This is meant to be a quick project. You don't want to spend all day on it. It's meant to be quick and fun, and you can make it as a present for someone, or you can make it for yourself, for your craft room. So it's totally up to you. All right, so we've done that. Just quickly do that. Oops, and then it moved. All right, cool. Now, because I don't want this to move, and I didn't use like strong glue or anything, I think masking tape can help hold this in place. Just like that. here. Because I'm not going to put fabric here on this part, but you need something, you know. If you have fabric on underneath, you need to have something on this side, just so it doesn't really move. And I think masking tape works just fine. Okay, maybe I'll just cut this excess off. What we need to do now is fold these raw edges all the way around, just like when you make a journal cover. I have here an edge that's been done on the serger, and that tends to be a bit thick, so I'm just going to cut that. See what I mean? Just because of that plasticky thread, it's going to show on this side, and I don't want that. That's why I cut it. Okay, now for the corners, I've been just cutting like this up to here. Just like that. It's not the usual way I do it, but I don't know. It worked alright on the other two. Now here again I have that edge, but that's going to be on the inside, so I'm not going to worry about cutting. So I'm just going to cut these corners. As you see, I don't go all the way, okay? I leave the thickness of the chipboard. All right. Okay, let's start from this end. Now here for this part, I like to use acetone-based glue. It's just going to hold better than glue stick. And my fabric is thick enough, so I don't really have to spread the glue. Just hold it for a second, two, until it grabs. I have some glue seeping here, but that's going to be on the inside, and I'm not going to worry about it. So that is done. Now we have to do these, and I've been just folding this a little bit, and then like that. Have to use the brush here anyway, so I'm just applying a little bit of glue there and there. I'm gonna push that inside and fold that, and the same here. Now let's put the glue, the rest. Now I don't want to go all the way here because fabric is not going to go all the way, so I'm just going to put it here and here. All right, then I'm going to fold, press, make sure you push that in. must say this fabric is not that easy to glue. It just kind of wants to move. All right, and I will have to do the same on this side. If you're trying to do this without getting your fingers dirty, it's not gonna work. So you just have to accept the fact that your hands are gonna be covered in glue. Just do it. Oh, well. And another thing is, once you decide to do it on camera, for sure you're gonna run into problems. All right, let's see what we have here. This one is all right. I don't think I've used this fabric before, but it just doesn't want to stay glued. You should put this underneath something heavy until it's really glued well. So now I have to cut this paper, and the paper is going to cover that. If I had done a better job in the corners, I could have gone like that so that some of this shows. Okay, but I think I have to go a bit further. So not a lot of the fabric will show because of that, unless I do this and then add a lace down the bottom. You know what I mean? I should have perhaps done a sharper corner here, and then I would be able to leave a bit more of this to show. Almost I go like that, because I really like that. Okay, let's see the calendar. This part I'm planning to put down the bottom. I'm just gonna cut it. It's nice to have a full year on one page. Like, I know we use our phones for everything these days, but I'm so visual. Like, I need to have like a visual reminder. Otherwise I'll just, you know, write stuff in my calendar on my phone, put the notification, and then when it comes I just ignore it. So it's really no use to me. All right, let's see. If we cut it there, we'll still be able to see some of the fabric. So I'm gonna put a little mark here. I'm gonna cut it there. All right. I should have used a black marker. Where is it now? 23 centimeters. And 23 here. So, have you made plans for your New Year Eve? We are going to spend it at home with our pets, like every year. For the last decade, actually. Animals get scared of the noise, of the fireworks. And I hope it's not going to be that bad this year. Firecrackers, fireworks, it's all nice and you know, festive, but oh my god, what it does to poor animals and wildlife, it's terrible. It should be banned everywhere around the world, in my opinion. All right, ink that a little bit. Oh, I think it looks nice. I like the scrapbooking paper. Okay, if I put it all the way to hide this, how would that look? I don't know. I'm not gonna glue that yet. I'm just planning now. I'm planning. Okay, let's see here. Some months have an extra row here, like that. I think they... Okay, now we have to staple this. You may choose to cut that off and staple it and use the leftover papers for something else, or you can leave it. It's totally up to you. But if you leave it this big, it might be harder later on to tear the papers out. So say you finish with the month of January, you want to tear this, it's going to be more difficult. So I've been cutting it off, and then I use those strips somewhere else. So I'm going to cut it approximately 1 inch from the top. So that's gonna give enough room to hold it and then to tear it later on. So I'm just gonna cut this with a knife. That we'll make something with that some other video. Now what I do, I just staple these, and I've used 120 GSM paper, which is a little bit thick, and you may choose to glue those together with, like, put a little bit of glue stick and then, you know, do that. But I've been just stapling them, and it didn't want to work with this regular staple gun, so I've been using the heavy duty one. Yeah, I used a paper that is a bit too thick for this, but if you use like 80 GSM paper, like thinner paper, it should be fine with the regular one. Let's go with 1. Ah, good. Now here I'm going to use glue stick for the middle part where there's no fabric. Because it's so much easier to spread, and it doesn't smell as bad as the acetone based glue. Okay, I'm going close to the edge, but not all the way. I'm not gonna worry about spreading it either. To take it like this, so that I know. So you try to place it approximately in the middle here. This definitely needs to just dry. So I'm going to place something heavy on top. Yeah, just and maybe that. Why not? Oh yeah, I've got these nesting kind of, I don't know what they are. I was thinking of cutting this with that perhaps. And then maybe I can use that on that one. That one. I might as well just cut it now. While you're waiting for this to glue. You can also just cut rectangle if you don't have scissors or die cuts. Okay, and I'm going to cut a larger one from this scrapbooking paper. Okay, so we have that. I like it. Okay, I might just ink a little bit like that. Ink, ink. And perhaps this one as well. I'm just going to use the white glue here. Because we have to put a year somewhere. Otherwise, this calendar wouldn't really make sense if you don't know what year it is for. All right. Too much glue. We have that already. I think I want to ink this as well. That part is done. I'm not going to glue this part yet because it's going to be in my way when I make those holes, and I don't have to worry about covering this with paper because we're going to glue that like that. Here I go about 3 inches from the edge. Okay, now we have to put these, and I can't use my favorite tool for that. I have to use this, and I can never figure out how to set these things. I think my crocodile didn't come with instructions for that, so I'm just gonna hope that it's gonna work. Ah, it worked. Good. Nice. Let's see on this side. It looks all right. Here, so you see, that's why I say we need some space here to put the eyelets and then to be able to close, and that's what it looks like on this. All right, now I have to decide what I want for the handle. Maybe this green one or that one. I kind of like this one. You can also have a chain, perhaps, if you have some old jewelry or broken jewelry. Up there, I'm going to cut that. So that's probably enough. I have to make a knot here. And this is going to be difficult because this is kind of slippery. Ah, good. And then I can just hide that there. I think that's all right. That is all right like that. So now I can glue the month pages. Probably don't need that anymore. So with this one, I like to just glue the top bit. Okay, I'm going to use this glue again. Just the top bit. And I align here and on the sides. It's a bit hard to do this while sitting down. Just test before you press. Perhaps a little bit. Good, I think it's a good fit. Okay, let's put the book there again. Now the fun part, decorating. I definitely want to use this. I think it will look really nice. I have this. Perhaps I can add that there and then hang a pen rather than use elastic. If I was to use elastic, I would have to glue it here like that. If you're left-handed, you would put this on that side and that as well. And if you're right-handed, obviously, I think on that side. If you have some of those protective metal corners, you can put them as well. Just gonna attempt to push them, and it worked. Use these pliers to just press that. And as well, it's actually really hard to work with this shape in front of the camera. It's a little bit bigger than the journal. Now when you glue decorations on top, because I'm using fabric here, and that's another thing I forgot to mention at the beginning, I find it easiest way to glue things on top of that is just with a hot glue. Okay, so I'm going to turn it on and wait for it to warm up. Now I also have these, but I don't know, I don't necessarily want to use everything that I have. Maybe that. And where's the other one? And this. Oh, maybe I can do that. That would look nice. All right. Got leaves here. I can hang them from the pen and that thing. And I also have these. I can put them down here. Why not? To hide this messy edge that I made. I have to punch a hole here for this. I need to put a mark here. Actually, I'll just go with this. I won't worry about that. Just like that. This has these. Bring them together. Now this flower doesn't have a hole through the center, so I guess it's going to be a problem. I won't be able to use it. Not here. I'm just trying to work out the design here. And I have to put this somewhere. You can also put that down the bottom, but I haven't left enough room, so it's gonna have to be somewhere here. Use these little brads to put that through instead of gluing it. Okay, let's see. Maybe there. Just punching some holes here. Okay. Why not? This also got this lace. This might look good down the bottom, or if I do it all the way around, maybe I'll do that. But I'm not sure if I want to have all of this around, so I think I'm gonna cut. So that will take me a while, so I'll just cut this and I'll be back. Okay, cut it. I love this. It's really beautiful, I think. And just gonna play around a little bit to see where it would look the best. And I can even separate it and maybe have that there and then this one here. Maybe I'll do that now. I think it might work better for me like that. Okay, something like that. This one there. Oh, that there. And that here. I think that looks kind of alright, doesn't it? Like this. And then we can have the year there. And that there. Could put that through here. So if I push this through and run through this hole that I made, that can be like that. Just turn this the right way. Now I have to split this open. Okay, good. And I'm going to glue the rest. Okay, just use a little bit of glue like this. And just do one by one section. Here. You only need a little bit, just a few drops, and it will hold. So far, so good. Okay. So we sorted out this side, but we have to figure out what to do here. What about like that? Right, I will glue the flower. But I won't worry about these. So if we have that there, I have to punch holes through here. Okay. It's gonna be hard. Okay, I've one and I'll just stabilize it first. Split them open. Like so. So now it's much easier to do the rest. Okay. better. All right. Here we've got that tucked underneath, and we'll have that over. Now let's glue this. So that it's not loose. And those as well. I mean, what you do with this, it's totally up to you. You can add beads, more lace, dried leaves, flowers, buttons, you know. Whatever is your preference, whatever look you want to achieve. I'll just do a little bit by little bit. This is gonna take a while. I think a steampunk calendar would look cool. Also, nautical one. That looks nice as well. And another thing I forgot to mention is you don't have to print these pages on white. You can actually choose any background, print it, and then feed it through your printer again and print this in black and white. You can do that as well. Or if you print it like this and you don't want it to be white, you can use your inks. Perhaps if you have some stencils, you can glue more things to them, you know. Do something fun for January, then something here. Add stickers. Yeah, have fun with it. Once you get all those fixtures like brads and things like that that have to go through this side, you can actually close it. And I don't glue it here because it might be difficult later on to tear the front page. Okay, so I just glue this part here. Okay, I don't glue the middle, and it usually works all right. So I just gonna add hot glue to both of these sides, maybe here a little bit, and then you just close it and hold it for a little bit until the glue cools down. I suppose you could glue as well, but it's going to be hard to rip the pages once the January's passed. You won't be able to really pull the page properly, and then you'll end up with a pile, kind of build-up of ripped edges around here. Okay, if you don't want to glue this, for example, if you plan to upcycle it next year, you can also punch some holes, put a few eyelets, and do like a ribbon thing and just tie and then untie when you want to change the month or something. That would be fine. But for this one, I think I'm done. I'm quite happy. What about this here? Maybe you can put this little flower there. I'll put it here. in the middle. Bronze one, like so. And I think these butterflies would look good. I forgot about them. Just add a few, something like that. I think they look really nice on that brown. Yeah. I'm gonna put more of them, why not? I might as well. I'm gonna be looking at his calendar for the next year, so I might as well enjoy it. Enjoy looking at it. All right, I think I'm done. Got some elastic here, and I think that would be okay to use for this pen, because I want to hang the pen off of this. Just haven't figured out how to actually do it and how much do I need. I think if it's elastic, it's a bit better. Or maybe something like that. Must be a nicer way to do it, but for now it's just going to be like this. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this project and I hope it inspired you. Please download your free calendar, and if you decide to make a calendar, please share in our Facebook group, Crafting with Saacibo. The link is below in the description box, because I would love to see what everyone comes up with. I mean, the possibilities are endless. You can turn this any theme or any way you like. Okay, with this, I finished this year, and thank you so much for supporting me throughout the whole year, for watching my videos, for leaving me beautiful comments. I really appreciate it so much. So thank you again for being the best audience ever, and I wish you all the best in the new year. May it be the best one ever. Bye for now.